Hello, hello! Welcome on into stream. Me? Oh no, me!
Hi!
Hi! I didn't know they would overlap like that. That's hilarious.
Hooray!
Hi! Hello, everyone. Jig! Thank you for the 7-month resub! Thank you, thank you! Thanks so much! I appreciate ya. Fire emoji. Is that what the cool kids are doing these days? They're just typing out like the emoji in words like that instead of actually using the emoji itself? I wouldn't know. I'm too old. I'm so old. Oh, emojis are cringe now. We just say them. That's fair. I got into a really bad habit for a while. I still kind of do it sometimes, not as often as I used to, but I got into a this is actually so cringe. I got into a really bad habit of saying LOL out loud, like when something was mildly funny. Be like, oh, that guy just tripped when he was walking across the street, LOL. I don't do it as often anymore, but reject emoji, embrace 90s emoticons. I agree. I think we need to use emoticons more. Those like, what is it? Like ASCII? What is that what it is? Art type stuff, sorta. I say LMAO, LOL and LMAO, and ironically, I'm just an idiot. Og. Wait a minute. What is that? Oh, it's a top hat. I see. When I was younger, I was always super proud of the fact that I could type a Band-Aid out of that stuff. Out of symbols. And also a cat. The cat's super easy. The Band-Aid was a little more involved, but not that much. Gimme! Thank you for the 28 month! Thank you! Holy cow, that's a lot of months! That's so many months! Thank you! Thank you! I have a problem with my Dark Souls run. I'll be honest, I'm not gonna be able to help you with that. I have never played a I've never played a Souls game in my life. I would not be good at Souls games. I've thought about playing a Souls game on stream purely, like, it wouldn't be good, but purely for the laugh, because I would be awful at it and it would make me frustrated and it would make you guys laugh. Am I going crazy? Is the top hat crooked? It is a little crooked, I noticed. Love me some Band-Aid. The issue is I'm too overpowered. I think that's hardly an issue. You zoom right through it, right? It just paints it from notepad. Stop yelling! Boosted, nothing wrong! I played Nine Souls. It's a Sekiro-inspired 2D action exploration platformer, and it's God tier. That's nice. I've never heard of that before. But that sounds cool. I watched, well, maybe I didn't. Dad, did you play Sekiro? Am I imagining things? Because if you did, I guess I probably watched you play it. You didn't? What was the one you played? You played one that you borrowed from somebody that was Japanese-ish, I think. Ghost of Tsushima, that's what it was. Okay, I'm getting them mixed up. Oops. Recommend it. Takes a lot of inspiration from Chinese culture with its lore and art style. Same with music. Nice, nice. Maybe I'll have to check it out. Wait, I've never heard of this. Is this like a well-known? Is this like a really popular game? I gotta stay up to date on my games, on my stuff. Your game's cool. Tripping too. You get fear time slows, but also the slide. The slide. The claw! You have saved our lives. We are eternally grateful. Sorry. It also sounds interesting. Let's take a drink. Recently got this crazy Souls-like game on PS1 called Pac-Man World. Wait, is Pac-Man World actually a Souls-like? That's crazy. That's silly. I love it. Reject peaceful farmer life, embrace murder? I will be honest with you. I played Stardew Valley for a while. For the reputation it has as like a cozy game, it's awful stressful. I don't know, the amount of things that you like have to do each day, and if you like don't do them, then pretty much everything is just fucked. I don't know. It wasn't I'm much more a fan of like Animal Crossing type stuff where it's just kind of like go at your own pace and do what you want. Not that Stardew, I mean, I know lots of people like Stardew, and not at all like putting the game down or anything. It's a great game, and I know the dev put lots and lots of love into it, and I love the pixel style and everything. It just wasn't something that I think I would like play to relax. No, it's not. I'm just being silly. That's very... Can you imagine though a Pac-Man Souls-like? That would be hilarious. I do want to see Pac-Man fight Dark Eater. I mean, I don't even... Meter now? Medieval type names are so hard to... Like, fantasy type names are so hard to pronounce. I play Stardew. That shit is not cozy if you're like me and get distracted easily. Yeah. Definitely. Be like, there's like 70 things I gotta do! And then I forget to do one of them, and all my crops die, my house explodes, everybody in town hates me, and it's just... It's so stressful. Now Stardew Valley and Animal Crossing boring. I get the point, but it's just not for me, sadly. That's totally fair. Not everybody's into, like... What are they, like... what? Life simulation type games, I guess? I don't know. I call them cozy games, but I don't think that cozy game... I don't think that it's like an actual genre of games. I think it's just kind of like an umbrella term for like lots of different games. But yeah, they're definitely not for everybody. Stardew Valley was fun. It just was very stressful. I really did love Animal Crossing. I played Animal Crossing every single day. The newest one, ACNH, for like more than a year straight. I got so into that game when it came out, because it came out like during COVID, and there was like nothing else to do. But I think even if it wasn't during that time, I think I would still have gotten as into it as I did. I really do like that game. It has a special place in my heart. Admittedly, I haven't played it in a very long time, but that doesn't mean that I don't still love it. Mid-ear. Mid-ear, so you got your left ear and your right ear and your mid-ear. I thought people typically had like a third eye, like a mid-eye type deal. Now we got mid-ears. Can you hear better that way? My face when my wife divorced me because I forgot to give her a gift on Valentine's Day. I had to manage my time cross else the forest got so sweaty. I know the feeling. I know the feeling. Easier to pronounce than... I'm not even gonna try that one, because I know I'll fuck it up. G's? GN in names or just words in general, I feel like it's pronounced different every single time. I never know for sure. I don't make cozy games like A Little to the Left or Unpacking. That's true. I think those are a different kind of games though. That's why I hesitated to call, so I guess technically Stardew and Animal Crossing are cozy games, but like I don't think it's a... How do I explain this? I don't think cozy games is a genre, you know? Because A Little to the Left and Unpacking are definitely cozy games. Animal Crossing and Stardew are also cozy games, but like they are not the same like at all. You know what I mean? Because I think ACNH and Stardew are more life sims, and A Little to the Left and Unpacking are just kind of like casual games, I guess. Maybe that's the word I'm looking for. Casual games? Yeah, I'm not really sure. Cozy is entirely subjective, TBH. Ultra kills it. That is also true. 100% true. That's why it's weird. I don't know. I guess if people say cozy games, I know the kind of stuff that you're probably talking about. But yeah, is there like a cozy category on like Steam and stuff? There probably is. Hello, Anonymous. Welcome on in. Hello, hello. Doom is the best cozy game. Yet another one I haven't played. There is? Interesting. Might have to look there for some new games to play sometime. Recently at least, I have a lot of like downtime at work. So, like sometimes I'll edit stuff or like, I don't know, just do content type stuff. But like when I'm out of that stuff or like don't want to do that kind of stuff, I'll pick up like a game, like a casual type game. I was playing Hollow Cure for a really long time. I haven't played it in a while, but I would like pick up Hollow Cure in between doing stuff at work. Just something that you can like easily pick up and like stop, put back down again just as easily. I should play Metroid Dread. I'll take that back. I played a little bit of one of the Metroid games. I don't remember which, and I don't honestly remember much about it. So maybe I should just say that I actually haven't played a Metroid game before. What console? Oh god, I don't remember. Was there one on the Wii U? If there was, it was probably that one. Or maybe there's multiple, I don't know. It was a long time ago. I genuinely don't remember which game it was. I love Metroidvania games, but I don't know Metroid or Castlevania. There was a port of the 3 Prime games on Wii. Maybe that's what it was then? I'm not sure. Maki just says she hasn't played The Seminal Work by Human Flesh Calculator I'm sorry. Human Flesh Calculator? What does that mean? Do I want to know? Do I want to know what that means? Metroid Prime 1 through 3 are great games. I personally prefer the 2D games though. It's fair. We were playing, Thad and I were playing Split Fiction, which, hey, I'll talk about that in a second. Well, more about it. We were playing Split Fiction though recently, and there was a part that I think Thad said was kind of like a Metroid game that was pretty cool. So maybe I'll have to try it out. That just reminds me though, Split Fiction! Yeah! It's a fantastic game. It's by, what's the studio called? I don't remember what the studio is called. But, like, the only thing they make is, multiplayer games. Hazelight, yes. Minus the 6. Hazelight Studios. The only thing they make is multiplayer games, but, like, they're just... Yeah, the people who make It Takes Two, they're that kind of multiplayer game. And A Way Out. I loved all 3 of those games. They, someone from the studio also made, Brothers: A Tale of Two... Wait, what is it? That one, you know, the one with the brothers. Yeah, like couch co-op type games. Dude, we played It Takes Two. It was really, really good. We played Split Fiction. We finished it recently. It was so good. There needs to be more games like that in the world. Hazelight needs to make more games! I know it takes time to make stuff like that, but I will probably play any game that studio makes. They've all been fantastic. Kirby's Return to Dreamland Deluxe is the cozy game. I can't remember. Oh, the one on Switch where he turns into, well, he doesn't turn into stuff, but he inhales like a car and it becomes a car, and he inhales light bulbs and shit and becomes light bulbs. We played that one on stream a long time ago. I liked that one a lot. I went to try out Split Fiction and It Takes Two. They're both really, really good. I recommend them very highly. For sure. Other companies need to look at Hazelight and say, maybe we should make more couch co-op games. Also, not every game has to be open world. Very true. Very true. Forgotten Land. Yeah, I like that game a lot. But yeah, I agree with I feel like I like linear games more because I have like a more clear idea of like what I'm supposed to be doing. Not that open world games are bad, not at all, by any means, but with a linear game, it's just like, okay, go here and do this thing, and now go here and do this thing. It's like, cool, I know exactly what I'm supposed to be doing and what's going to advance the story. And sometimes with open games, especially ones that are like super, super big and open, it's just kind of like, man, there are so many things I could do. I don't know which one is going to advance the story. I don't know which one is going to like start a side quest that I'm going to have to do before advancing the story. I don't know what to do. It gets a little overwhelming sometimes for someone like me. I actually can't really remember the last time I played an open world game, to be fair. But still stands. Split Fiction is super linear, but it's so good. Exactly. I feel like co-op games kind of need to be linear too. Like, co-op open world games are good for if you want to hop in a game with your buddies or your significant other or something and just run around and kind of like be silly, you know? I'm so tired of open world. They're fun, but I just like super linear games too. Like Mario games. Yeah, exactly. Amazing story, extremely fun, beautiful graphics, not a single bad thing to say about the game. I will say one thing. It's not necessarily a bad thing. Because of how good the game is itself, I am willing to completely overlook this fact, and it's honestly probably more my fault than anything. But there's a lot of, so if you're fighting something like in a boss fight in Split Fiction, or any game that Hazelight makes, and you die, but your partner that you're playing with is still alive, like you will just respawn, and it'll like just kind of throw you back into the fight. I cannot tell you the amount of times we were in boss fights, and I died, and it literally just respawned me, like, on a projectile or on something that I needed to avoid. Yeah, the respawns need work. I think it's just kind of random, or maybe it was relative to where you died. I wasn't really paying attention because mostly I was just raging that it spawned me, like, into something and I just died again immediately. There was one boss fight toward the end of the game where I'm pretty sure Thad just did the entire boss fight, because I'm not kidding you. Every single time I died, it just respawned me right back into a projectile and killed me immediately again. That gets a little annoying, but like I said, the rest of the game is so fantastic that I am willing to just completely overlook that fact. I'm also I need to get good at video games sometimes. I should just stop dying. It's a good open world game, Xenoblade Chronicles X, which has a remaster releasing on Thursday. Ooh. I've never played Xenoblade. I feel like this conversation has turned into you guys telling me about games you like, and me being like, I've never played that before. That sounds about right. You seem to get good, Maki. It's true. Actually, that reminds me. I was just kind of scrolling through Twitter while I had my starting soon screen up. And I came across this image, and I feel like it's very relevant now. I need to show it to you guys because it's literally exactly what we're talking about right now. Hang on. I gotta find it. No, where is it? I didn't name it when I saved it, which usually is bad because it was just named like a bunch of letters and numbers. Here it is! Oh god, it's huge. Have you seen... No, I haven't. I've watched 6 films in my entire life and finished 2 shows. I don't understand the reference, and I don't know who that actor is. I guess this is movies and not games, but it still rings true. I literally could say that about myself. Yeah, yep, that's me. I'm getting better about it. I've watched a lot more movies and a lot more shows in my adult life, but like, still there are just some things where I'm just like, I don't know who that is. I don't know what that is. I've never seen it. My bad. I stick to my little Nintendo and indie game corner. God of War? What's that? I'm too busy throwing Bowser into a bomb. I've also never played God of War. I've watched it. There are actually a lot of games that I've watched playthroughs of, or I've watched other people play, but I haven't played myself. So I don't know if I'm, like, allowed to talk about them in the sense of, like, oh yeah, that was a really good game, or, like, I really liked this part, since I haven't technically played them, but, like, I have knowledge of them. I don't know. I don't know how that works. But yeah, this is a very accurate Maki image right here. I'm gonna make him go away now. Bop, bop. All right. God of War is one of those that I have watched people play. I watched I think I watched, who did I watch play it? I don't know, probably some YouTuber that I was watching at the time. I've also watched Thad play it. One of them anyway, the newest one, I think. I don't know if I watched Thad play the other one on PS5. There's two, right? For PS5 right now? There was one that was originally on the PS4 and was basically like ported to PS5 when it came out, and then there's one that like came out on the PS5. My only knowledge of God of War is Thad's occasional stream. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, same here, pretty much. 2018 and Ragnarok. Wait, was it called God of War 2018? Or you're just saying it came out in 2018? God of War is set in the year 2018. Kratos and his kid go do modern stuff. No, just God of War. Okay, got you. They're working on a God of War film. Ooh, that'll be interesting. That'll be interesting. Also, hello, Black. I've already fucked up. I have to go. Hello, welcome on into stream. Hello. We're just chatting today. He hates it when companies call their new thing the same as their first thing. Hates it. Listen. Don't get me started on the way they named the Xboxes. Don't even get me started. I will talk about that forever. Watch Kratos get a job as an accountant? Can you imagine? A bank robber would come in and he'd just yeet them across the room and everyone would be like, alright, this is whatever. He named himself Blick Black, oh no! I have fucked up. I'm so sorry. I'm always like afraid to pronounce new people's names wrong. And so sometimes I just avoid saying them entirely, but then like there comes a point in time when like I need to say their name and I'm just like Bet that resulted in some interesting stories from your GameStop days. Oh, absolutely. I've been thinking about doing a stream where I just talk about stupid shit that happened when I worked at GameStop. Cause I could go on and on and on forever about stuff like that. Yes, I do have plenty of stories specifically about Xbox naming conventions, but also many more stupid GameStop stories. Thank you for the lurk, Nepix. Ooh, I hope your pizza's delicious. Thanks for stopping by. I believe they're working on a God of War series. Ooh, also cool. Kratos' kid looks at the robber. What happened to him? It died. I can't do a Kratos impression. My voice is much too high-pitched to do a Kratos impression. I don't know. I'm not even gonna attempt to make my voice that deep. I'd love to hear GameStop stories. I got plenty. I got so many. You would think that after a few years of working for that company that I would just have, like, you know, pushed everything out of my mind, but surprisingly enough! One thing I'm really surprised at is that GameStop is even still a thing. Honestly, with all the retail stores that have gone out of business recently, like Party City And what else? I feel like there's a bunch of other retail stores that have gone. Just they don't exist anymore recently. It's like, how do people? So I guess it's because of the whole, like, they also sell collectibles and like t-shirts and stuff like that aspect of it. It's not just video games. But like, at the very least, I figured at this point that they would be like an online only type store. I do know that, like, they are still, like, closing down a lot of them yearly. Closing down a lot of different stores, but there's still plenty out there. There are definitely still plenty out there. Stop being noisy, chair. Oh my goodness. Plus, in certain locations, I believe they sell retro games. Do they still do that too? I knew that was a thing, but it was like certain stores were designated retro stores. Not the one I worked at. People would come into the one I worked at and be like, "Do you have the SNES?" I'm just like, "Nope. We sure don't. We sure do not. We are not a retro store, but I could call a retro store for you and see if they'll ship one to us." We did have those little, what are they called? They made like a little mini version of, I think, the SNES and a couple other consoles. They did the PlayStation 1, and it was like a little revamp, and they had games preloaded on them. Yeah, a little SNES mini! We sold those for a while. I had one for a while, but then, I never really used it, so I sold it to someone who would use it. But yeah, I wonder if they still, I wonder if GameStop, so when I was working there, they were still selling Xbox 360 and Wii games, but they were like phasing them out, because, I mean, they were like, no one really had those consoles anymore. I wonder if those are just considered retro now. My first official place to play Star Fox 2? I didn't know that was a SNES game, actually. For some reason, I thought those games were newer than the SNES, but there probably are versions of them that are newer, on newer consoles. Gonna get food, okie dokie. I hope your food is delicious. Hydrate! Will do. It was in development for SNES, but got cancelled in favor of Star Fox 64? Only to be released at last on the Mini? I see. I'm assuming Star Fox 64 came out of the Nintendo 64. I love the Nintendo 64. It's such a cool looking it's such a cool console. Wait, hang on. I gotta make sure I'm talking. I don't know why, they look nothing alike. But sometimes I get the 64 and the GameCube mixed up. Yes, okay, that is what I'm thinking of. Yeah, the ones that came in like all kinds of cool colors. And they're all like translucent and stuff. Well, not all of them, but some of the really cool looking ones were. I had a friend who had like a green translucent one. You could see the inside of it. I had a translucent Game Boy. It was a Game Boy Advance. And it was kind of like, it kind of had a purple tint to it, but it was mostly just like see-through. I don't know, it was hard to explain. But I loved that thing. Same colors as the OG brick of a Game Boy. Speaking of Star Fox 64, is the Switch emulated version any good? I don't know. That's another thing I never played. They have all kinds of like old games and stuff on the Switch that come with memberships that I've never really tried. Maybe we should do a retro Nintendo game stream sometime. I'd be down. I probably wouldn't be very good at them because I know a lot of them are like platformers and stuff, and I'm not very good at platformers, but it would still be fun. Play a lot of games from before I even got into gaming. You have to pay for the higher tier subscription though? Do you? I thought just the regular one came with, like, a few of them, at least. It's the only reason I played Ocarina of Time on my Switch. I know that there is, like, a tier that you have to pay for certain, yeah. Ness and SNES are in there. Maki Blast Core stream? Is that another game I'm gonna have to look up? Because I've never played any game ever, apparently. I thought my repertoire of games was, like, pretty good, but I think I'm wrong. And so, yeah, the N64 ones are the higher up. I thought they even had a few GameCube games on there, but maybe I'm wrong about that. On the higher level subscription, because for some reason I thought the original Luigi's Mansion was on there. But maybe not. The original Luigi's Mansion that makes me rage quit every time I try to play it because the controls are inverted and you can't change it. Maki hates inverted controls. My mind just doesn't work like that. I don't know. Up is up and down is down and left is left and right is right. The end. I don't think I'd be good at, like, flight simulator games, because I think those controls are also inverted. They have GameCube games? Why did I say GameCube like that? Let's see, let's find out. Oh, whoops, that's not what I wanted to click. Switch membership. GameCube. No, actually, they are not on there. My bad. I thought there were a few. But there is apparently a lot of speculation that they might add some soon, which seems weird considering that the Switch 2 is slated to come out later this year, I believe. But I don't know. I don't think they plan on, like, what's the word? I don't think they plan on, like, ending support for the first Switch, like, as soon as the second one comes out. I would hope not, anyway. So, yeah, maybe they'll put it on Switch 2. That would be cool. Return with Chick-fil-A? Jealous! I love Chick-fil-A. I feel like anytime that I decide that I'm gonna, like, order food, like, if I'm gonna DoorDash something or go get something, my first thought is always Chick-fil-A. And sometimes I go get it, but then, like, other times I'm like, I can't eat Chick-fil-A all the time. It's so good, though. I didn't have a Chick-fil-A, like, where I grew up. I didn't have a whole lot of restaurants, honestly, where I grew up. I grew up in a pretty small-ish town. So when I eventually moved to a bigger town that had all kinds of restaurants, it was very overwhelming. It's just like, I want to eat them all. I want to try them all. 3DS games on Switch? Ooh, that would be interesting. I wonder how they'd manage that. Because, like, you'd need 2 screens, right? I guess maybe they could do it so, like, the Switch has the bottom screen, and then if you plug it into your TV, the TV has the top screen? Or, like, vice versa? But then what if you want to play handheld mode only? How would they manage that? That would be a lot of logistics that they'd have to figure out, I think. You can't use the Switch while it's plugged. Oh, duh, you're right. What the fuck am I talking about? I play video games. I'm smart. Okay, hear me out, right? A new feature for the Switch 2 where you can connect it to your TV using, like, Bluetooth or local connection or some shit like that. I don't know. So you can hold... So it's like the Wii U. They did it with the Wii U. The Wii U was just Bluetooth, I'm pretty sure, or some form of that. So you could just hold the Switch in your hand and have the TV screen too. You'd probably just have to split the screen. See, that's what I would think, but I feel like the Switch screen is too wide. Because the DS screens were both, like, little tiny, right? So, I don't know. It would be hard. Mikey's brain all the time. That's me! That's me! Sometimes I think I have a really great idea, and then I'm like, wait a minute, that doesn't make any sense at all. There definitely have to be dead space on the screen? Yeah, for sure. For sure. I think they do that with the, like, SNES games already. They have, like, the game on the screen, and there's, like like the game logo just kind of repeated on the sides for like a background because it can't fill up the whole screen because of the resolution or whatever. Maybe they do it that way. Anyway, did I mention that we were just hanging out today? I didn't really know what I wanted to do this week, so I was just like, well, we haven't done a just chatting stream in a while, so we could do that. And then there might be a stream on Friday also. I'm not entirely sure yet, but yeah. So we're just yapping away today about what the heck ever. As you have seen / heard. With the Majire Maki. I don't know who that is. I don't know who you're talking about. Who's that person? Never heard of her in my life. I think I mentioned this on stream a couple times, but I had to I was using a different water bottle than usual for a while because I don't know, some weird stuff was happening with like my original water bottle that I got. So I switched to using just like this other random one we had around the house, and I hated it because it was much smaller. And I had to refill it like 3 different times today. Not today, all day. But I recently reordered another water bottle that is 40 ounces like my original one. And I'm so happy I don't have to fill it up so often. And it keeps stuff nice and cold. It's nice. I'm glad to have cold water again. They're pretty small content creator on Twitch, super funny person. I'll have to check them out sometime. Sounds right up my alley. Also, I tried out No More Heroes recently on the Wii. It's so fun. I find the fact when you get a phone call in the game, it comes out through the Wii. Oh, dude, I love that kind of stuff. Both the Wii and the Wii U did stuff like that. Like, sounds in game would like come through the speakers on the remotes. I love stuff like that. A lot of people find it annoying and just like immediately turn that off on any game that had it. But I love silly stuff like that. Man, I miss the Wii U. I mentioned it a few times, like, while we were talking about games and stuff. I loved the Wii U. It sucks because I honestly think that the Switch was what Nintendo wanted to do with the Wii U, but they just kind of missed the mark the first time around, and it just didn't go over well. But I liked it a lot. I have a lot of fond memories playing games on the Wii U, Splatoon being one of them. Also, there was a lot of like really good multiplayer type games on the Wii U that I played with friends and stuff. I think the first time I like really got into Smash was the one that was on the Wii U. I'd played Smash before, but like I didn't like play it a ton. I played Melee a little bit. I don't remember what the one on the Wii U was called actually. Now that I think about it. I think the one on the Switch is Ultimate. I let you put it up to my ears if I'm getting a call. That's the best way to do it! Immersion, yo! Was it Brawl? It might have been. Let me see. Wii U. Smash Bros. Oh no, you know what? I forgot. It was literally, the one on the Wii U was literally just called Super Smash Bros. For Nintendo 3DS and Wii U. That's all it was. Because it was on Nintendo 3DS and Wii U. Didn't have some super cool name. Yeah. Bought a bit of stuff during the Wii U eShop shut down, including the full version of Tank. What a name for a game. Because I didn't start it before the store closed down for good, it didn't apparently apply the full version license, so I just got the demo installed. Oh, that sucks. That really sucks. I was really sad when it shut down because they shut down the whole, like, everything for it. The whole, like, all the servers and stuff, which means that, like, Splatoon 1 no longer works. And just like you can't play any games that require internet at all on the Wii U. It sucks. I get why they did it. Like no one really plays the Wii U anymore, but still sad. I had the 3DS version. It was my first experience with Smash. So that's awesome. I think I tried to play it on 3DS a couple times. I didn't have a 3DS, but I knew someone who did. We hung out a lot, and I played it on their 3DS. And I don't know. Maybe it's because I'm used to playing Smash on a bigger screen. But it was really hard for me to adjust to playing it on such a tiny screen. I enjoy Splatoon for one reason now. It was the first thing I ever watched you stream. Was it really? Man, I haven't streamed Splatoon in a very long time. I honestly can't even remember when the last time I would have streamed Splatoon would have been. That's awesome, though. I'm glad you remember that. Hi, Drink! Hello! Welcome on in! Hi. Wait, why did Mix It Up and Stream Elements give you the answer? That's weird. 8 months, huh? Wowie. Sometimes I can't believe I've been streaming for as long as I have. It's kind of wild. Ooh, 11 months. I like how it goes down to the Stream Elements, at least goes down to the hour. 2 years? Almost 3 at this point. Holy cow. 2 years, 10 months, 1 hour. Amazing. I will say that when I first started streaming, I did not imagine that I would still be streaming basically almost 3 years later. So, that's pretty cool. Hey, Netflix, welcome back. Welcome back. We were talking about the Wii U for a minute, but then we all got super curious about our follow age, apparently. Oh, jeez. Ouch. We're comparing slices. I guess that's one way to put it. Sure. Show enough. I'm a fraud.
I will send you to Jesus.
Nah. That's not true. I don't want to check mine. I hopped on real late. Nah. I'm glad that anybody has been here any amount of time. Actually, I'm curious. What happens if I type my own follow age in? Oh, we'll hydrate real quick. Okay. I'm super curious what happens if I type follow age into my own chat. I'm not following myself! Oh no! Oh no! Mods, ban that person! Oh my goodness. I've just realized it's follow age and not one word. Followage? I guess you could say it that way. Followage. Yeah, I could definitely see that. That sounds like something I would do, honestly. Followage. That's wild. And also, I like how it says Majide Maki. Majide Maki is not following Majide Maki. To be fair, followage is a word. What the fuck? It's not. I think if you're talking about like the amount of followers someone has, it's following, I think. Like that person has a following of 1,000 people on Twitch or something like that. I don't know if followage is, I mean, apparently it's not a word. I hate this stupid language, let's speak Japanese. I'm all for that. I'm all for that. I'd have to brush up on my Japanese for sure. I am quite rusty after not having a reason to speak it daily for many years. All Japanese stream? I mean, it wouldn't be very good, but at the same time, who would know? Right? Unless there's someone who speaks fluent Japanese here. Which, if there is, show yourself. Conversational at best. I could ask where stuff is. Hey, it's a start. Everybody's got to start somewhere. 1,000 is a lie. It really is. 1,000's a big number. Remember being a little kid and thinking 100 was like the biggest number there ever was? I really want to learn Japanese sometime. I could recommend a few resources outside of Duolingo, of course. I don't know how I feel about Duolingo, honestly. Sometimes I feel like it's a good resource, but other times I see people post screenshots of, like, stuff from Duolingo, and I'm like, I don't know about that one, Chief. I still want a Maki Teaches Japanese stream. I'd do it if y'all are interested. Duolingo teaches you anime-ass phrases. I haven't really like gotten that far into a Duolingo Japanese course, because like here's the thing, right? I don't know how to say this without sounding like I'm bragging, but like I do have a degree, a 4-year degree in the language, so like I promise I'm not trying to brag, but sometimes I'll start like going through Japanese stuff on Duolingo, and I'm like, I already know this stuff. Like, teach me something else. And I haven't gotten like past a point where I'm like, I already know all this. So I guess I haven't gotten too far into it, but I'm sure for like a super beginner, it would be very, very helpful. I love to know the resources you used. I have, I mean, like outside of like textbooks and stuff, there was a lot of apps I use. There's, I used HelloTalk a lot for a while, it's basically social media, just like any other social media platform, but like you post in your target language, like the language you're learning, and native speakers of that language can then come and like correct your post for you. I really, really liked it because it was like, it was better for me to get like an actual person's like corrections and stuff rather than just like textbook learning. Because textbooks can be really rigid sometimes, and there's no like, I don't know, a lot of the stuff you learn straight out of textbooks is not actually used in everyday life or everyday conversations. It's just kind of like what the writer of the textbook wanted you to know, I guess. So I really liked learning that way. From real people. I was taught Japanese in my high school, but I absolutely hated the work. That shit was all. That's fair. It's tough learning any new language, for sure. Maki's flexing your degree on us? Oh no! That's what I was worried about. I'm not trying to brag. I could have gone for my doctorate, but that's a lot of schooling. And also a lot of money. I love to learn any other language. I'm so bad at learning any language. It's hard enough for me to use the one I already speak. I feel that. I don't know how I managed to learn Japanese. I can't even speak English most of the time. And we know this. Currently taking sign language? I've always wanted to learn sign language. I know the alphabet in sign language, so I can pretty much spell anything. But I would love to like actually learn sign language. I think that would be fun. That would be super fun. I know how to say thank you. I know how to say, I don't know, probably just some other like basic stuff. Actually, now that when I lived in college, when I was in college, the town that I lived in was like super, I don't know, it was like a big college town. It was a very busy town. So sometimes crossing the street was difficult because there's just constant traffic, like all the fucking time. And every now and then some very kind soul would be very nice and stop for me to cross the street. And I would, I would want to tell them thank you. But it's hard to tell someone who is in a car thank you when you are outside of the car and also like many feet away from them. Like they wouldn't be able to hear me. So my first instinct was always to tell them thank you in sign language. But I always had to stop myself from doing that because, in case you don't know, the way you say thank you in sign language is kind of like you touch the bottom of your chin. You stick all your fingers together, you touch the bottom of your chin, and then you put it outward. It looks like you're blowing a kiss. So I didn't want the person in the car to, like, think I was blowing them a kiss when I was just trying to say thank you. I had to stop myself from doing that many a time. ASL is easy once you get the grammar down. The hardest part is being able to sign the actual signs. That's fair. I feel like there's also a lot of sign language that is very I don't know, because it's limited to hand and body movements, mostly arm and like hand and finger movements. I'm sure there's a lot of signs that look very similar to each other. So I would be super like worried that I would mess something up and say something bad or weird on accident. A wave your thumbs up would probably be fine. I just do a good old thumbs up and nod. Yeah, that's fair. That's fair. I definitely could have done that. Or yeah, sometimes I definitely would just like look at him and like give him a little nod. Just to tell him thanks. A wave is taken, it means hello and goodbye. Also true. Also true. I do that like when I'm in the car, like actually driving myself, and a driver does something like let me go through or just, you know, something nice to me. I do typically just like put one hand up. It's not even really a wave. It's not like a wave like you would wave hello or goodbye. I literally just kind of like put my hand up at him, you know? You know, like the driver wave? I feel like that's what everybody does. They're like, hey. Yeah, the driver wave. It's not even it's not even actually a wave, it's just a hand up movement. I don't know. I like that thing that people do when you're in the car and you drive past somebody you know, and you just kind of do that, like, I don't know, I can't really, my model can't really do it, but you just kind of give them like a reverse nod. You kind of like throw your face up. I don't know. Just be like, hey. That's what we call the air dap? Oh, it has a name? I thought, ugh, God, I'm gonna show my age here. I thought dap was like giving someone like a high five. I thought that's what dap meant, but maybe not. I could 100% be wrong. The air dap? Okay, I guess that makes sense. It can be. Slang is hard. Modern slang, sometimes, oh my goodness. I was just like, what is even going on? I used too much slang from like, even before I was born. I saw someone on Twitter the other day, oh my gosh. I saw someone on Twitter the other day made a post, and they were like, if you're a full-grown adult and you say okie dokie, like, what are you doing with your life? I'm like, that's like, I say okie dokie like exclusively. I love saying okie dokie. Is that not, like, I don't know. Yeah, right? Like, what? It's just a silly sounding word. I'm not good at slang words. Me either, honestly. Me either. Seem like someone who said hella at some point in your life. I have, and probably still do say hella. I probably do say that a lot. And now every time I say hella, I just think of the hero in Marvel Rivals, Green Lady. Heed not the shavers of cringe, for theirs is the way of misery. I agree. I agree. Yeah, that's usually how I use hella these days. Fucking hella! They have a hella? Oh, Marvel Rivals. You will never stop being fun. I hope. I really hope that Marvel Rivals doesn't decide to pull an Overwatch 2. Who's hating on okie dokie? It's a silly word, right? Right? Like, I don't know. I say okie dokie a lot. Ask that. Ask that. Or, like, look at literally any, like, text conversation I've had. and like search the word okie dokie and you'll get like a billion results. I promise. I still gotta play Rivals. It's great. It's fun. I love it. It was very much like an Overwatch replacement for me. And I think for a lot of people, honestly. I recommend it though. Joyless divorced people who work at a 9 to 5 in a cubicle. People who are lame. That's who's hating on okie dokie. All my homies hate people who hate okie dokie. Should really play more Rivals? Yeah, you should. I agree. We did a Rivals tournament not too long ago, and we got actually another one coming up soon. Pretty soon here in about a week and a half-ish, I think. It'll be fun. I'm looking forward to it. If you hate okie dokie, you hate me and several other autistic and queer people. I see a lot of people in those groups use some form of it. Yeah, that's fair. It is that soon. It is indeed next weekend. Next Saturday? Hang on. Let me check this before I... Yes, next Saturday. I haven't really decided yet if I want to stream it or not. I feel bad for... I kind of felt bad streaming the last one because I couldn't pay attention to chat. And I know like a lot of people were here, but I just felt bad that I like really couldn't interact with chat. So I don't know. We'll see. I have to live in this world to say okie dokie before to say okay. Felt! Very much felt, my friend. Welcome on into stream, no hell. Hello. I'm glad you share our okie dokie feelings. Born to :3, forced to... I'm assuming that was like a regular smiley face. Twitch turned it into one of their silly emotes. Can I... Actually, that's another thing. I really hate, like, messaging apps or just whatever that... Yeah, exactly. I hate when emotes, like this, just the regular smiley face or like the capital D, immediately get turned into, like, proprietary emotes or, you know, emotes like that. It's like, let me have my emoticons! Bah! Hey, having to pretend to be a normal person to try to blend in with normal people also felt. Yeah, you gotta like end up putting a space in between it. Gross. What does chat think about streaming the tournament, even if it means you can't really pay attention to chat? I mean, if you guys wanna watch it, I'm down. Totally down to stream it for you. So let me wear my cat ears without judgment in my everyday life. Felt. Except mine don't come off. They're a part of my head. I always wish that I could have had the kind of cat ears that, or just the kind of like ears a lot of models have that they kind of move. I might move when I blink, but I can't... I don't know how to explain it. There's some really cute models that do this really cute thing with the ears where they like... One ear can kind of go like down while the other goes up. Or like they just kind of move. I don't know. I wish mine could do that, but alas. They are not made out of ear material. I was fine with the last tournament being streamed. It's understandable why she couldn't react to chat. That's good to know. Good to know. We did have like a little bit of time in between games sometimes to like hang around and chat. So maybe we'll have to like make sure we get some time in between games and stuff. I'm not sure how this one is gonna work compared to the last one, but we shall see. When I get my model, I hope the ears are silly and cute. Ah, we love the silly cute ears. I think, so mine move when I blink, right? Yeah, and they also like they kinda tilt when I like move my head. They sway, I guess. I like my ears. I think they're cute. Your wiggle ears are so cute. Thank you. Thank you, thank you. I think a lot of me is cute. Save for desktop PC, so hopefully I can have my own nice model too. I want to make the art myself. That'd be so cool. That'd be super cool. I am so in awe of VTubers who are their own model parent or rig parent or both. There are some people out there that do both. It's just like, how are you this talented? How did you do that? We respect model parents here. Exactly. Hi, it's Zab! Hello! What's up, what's up? I love that emote! It's Kirby and Zab! Everyone look at Kirby and Zab! Ah! Oh, I love it! I love it! Hello, welcome on in! Like that goblin lady? I don't know if I know who you're talking about. I know of a couple goblin VTubers. I need to find someone to rig it, but I feel like because I draw, I need to do the art myself. That's fair. That's fair. I can, to anybody that is ever looking for a model artist or a rig artist, I can definitely recommend my own for both of them. I feel like I talk about this a lot, but I really love both of them. I really love the work that they both do. The credits are down somewhere in my page, but in case you don't want to go looking for them, my model mama is Saraemi and my model papa is Sophiel. They both did a fantastic job on the model. On the Maki. Honey Goblin, that sounds familiar. Very expressive rigging. I love expressive rigging. Sometimes I see a VTuber with really good rigging and I'm just like, I love it. Hang on, do I have a, is it this one? Well, I mean, this works too. But I was looking for, not that one. I gotta memorize these buttons. Oh god, the jacket's gone. This one, that one. Ah. That's what I meant. I pressed a lot of buttons there. Bonus points if you draw different body type VTubers? Absolutely. For sure. It's a cute model. Shylili's model is so cute and expressive. Yeah, Shylily has she has a few models, I think. They're all very good. Shylily, there's a VTuber, I think they might be a
Space Jam DVD, 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 Space Jam DVD.
Space Jam DVD. There's a VTuber I see a lot on like my TikTok feed and just kind of on social media in general. I think they might be a 3D VTuber, but like still, someone had to rig it. Their name is Sneb. And I think their model is adorable, and their expressions are adorable. They're really cool. I like their model a lot. Also, let's see. What's their name? Mother 3, I think, is another one. I think that's their name. They have a really, really expressive model that's super duper cute. I see them a lot on my timeline. This is very quickly going to turn into Maki Sims for VTuber stream. Oh no! I don't know enough VTubers. I like that soda girl a lot. Oh, you mean Zany? The one we've raided into a couple times with the orange soda hair? If so, I agree. She is neat. Very, very cool design. Yeah. She's pretty cool. I know a couple VTubers and they're either my friends or my 3 Yoshis. I know of a lot of VTubers, but I guess I don't know a lot of VTubers like personally. I have VTuber friends, but yeah, I need to watch more VTubers. I'm really bad at just like sitting down and watching streams a lot of the times. I need to get better at that. I'm very much a clip watcher. Iron Mouse, Shylily, and Chibidoki. Nice. I only know my VTuber friends, really. That's fair. I know of, let's see. A few of my favorites are Henya the Genius from V-Shoujo. Actually, anybody from V-Shoujo. Literally anyone from V-Shoujo. They all seem great. Like, I don't know, all of Hololive. These are very vague examples, but we all know Maki loves Hololive. Yeah, Henya! She's great! Henya, the Hololive girls. Let's see, who else can I throw out there that I think is neat? Gura, yeah. Gura's a good one. We'll hydrate. Whoa, where did I go? What the heck happened there? Why did I get so small? What was that? That was weird. Let's see, who else? I don't know. I follow a lot of VTubers on social media that I think are neat. I could probably name a bunch of them. But also, like, I would be, I don't know. I would be, like, worried that, like, I don't know. I get anxious talking about people. I don't know why. They're all so freaking cool. Lore accurate Maki, cause she's tiny. Can mention me as one of the VTubers you know about. Oh, it's true. Nepix is a VTuber that I know about. True, very true. I don't know what I did. Like, I just kind of like leaned out of frame for a second to like put my water bottle back. I don't know. Can I do that again? What happened there? Oh, you know what I bet it was? I bet I put my water bottle in front of my camera. Hang on. No, I don't know. I can't recreate it. That was weird. I don't know why that happened. I can assure you I did not get really small for a second. Certainly makes you glitchy like a virus. It does. Whenever I take a drink, if I have to like look this way and drink because like then it still tracks my model. If I put the bottle, if I face forward and put it in front of my mouth, it just kind of stops everything. Disclaimer, Maki is not a virus. No malware here. There are a lot of cool virus VTubers though. I feel like there's a lot of really, really cool like tech, computery, digital themed VTubers. Every time I see one on my timeline, I have to follow them. I made a glitch jelly PNG tuber model for someone. It came out really cool. Ooh, that sounds cool. Glitch jelly. That sounds neat. I have a friend who's a computer virus. Aw, that's cool. I'm gonna fight him. No, I'm kidding. I would lose immediately. Maki would be the kind of program to be a reverse Trojan. I promise. I never really like put out Maki lore yet, although I hope to someday. But I promise I'm not a virus. Looks harmful and mischievous, but cleans out viruses. She's hungry and eats them. Oh, you mean like, yes. I do eat the viruses. I eat lots of computer stuff. Says she's dangerous, but is actually very benign. I look tough. But I'm actually not. I don't know, I don't think I look very tough either. I think you take one look at me and be like, I could beat her up. I could punch her into the sun. It wouldn't be a problem. Funniest part is that whenever I work on art of their computer virus character, something goes wrong with the file. Foreshadowing. They have infected your computer. Maki on your PC is like those desktop mates. Actually, that's kind of exactly what Maki is. Actually, believe it or not. I always, whenever I describe myself to people or like artists who I commission and they're always like, tell me like a little bit about your character so I can like get like a general sort of vibe on what to draw. Yeah, I'm like Clippy, but less annoying. Or I guess like Bonzi Buddy, but less broken and malware. Clippy but more annoying, or less annoying, sorry. Probably more annoying actually, in reality. But Clippy but less annoying is my like go-to way to describe Maki lore. When you're headcanon about the VTuber so good, it turns out to actually be canon. I really want to put out a lore video someday, but I need somebody else to write it, because I am not good at writing, like, fiction type stuff, I guess. The ideas don't happen in the Maki brain. I know what my lore is, but, like, I need someone to write it out in a way that sounds good in a video, I guess. Like a script, I guess. Yeah, that's the word. I wish I was cool enough to have lore. That's the cool thing, though. You can literally make up your own lore whenever or whatever you want it to be. You could just do that. That's a thing that you could just do anytime. So to put out a lore video too, I have all my lore written out as very deep, but I'm poor. I feel that. I feel that. My lore, like, actually gets a little sad. I think I've talked about this once or twice on stream, and maybe once or twice on, like, Twitter and stuff, but Maki lore gets just a little sad, but don't worry, it has a happy ending. I promise. It's only a tiny bit sad. Mighty is such a hard character to have lore for. I don't know what it could even be. I think there's, I've seen a few people that offer, like, on VGen and stuff, that offer services of, like, lore writing. So you just kind of give them ideas of, like, who your character is or who you want them to be. And, they kind of take over from there. My lore sums up to being an alien from another dimension that comes to Earth to try to escape a dystopian planet that's about to be consumed by a black hole. Oh my goodness. That is very sad. I like sad stories sometimes. Well, okay, here, let me rephrase that. I don't typically like stories that, like, have a sad ending, because I feel like that's really, I don't know, what's the word? I don't know, but I like stories that have, like, a little bit of, you know, sad in them, and then everything turns out fine. But that's cool, though. That sounds like a very good basis for some lore. To make a good story, for sure. My goodness. My throat is starting to tell me to stop talking. Maki not a fan of Russian literature. I can imagine that a lot of Russian literature would be very sad. Or just, like, I don't know, just have a lot of bad endings in general. It's a good thing I can't read Russian. I don't even know what vibe I'm going for, honestly. I just like pink. That's fair. Totally fair. I too am a fan of pink, in case you couldn't tell. Not like there's any pink anywhere on this screen right now, at all. None whatsoever. I enjoy a good sad ending, since if there's no darkness, how can you appreciate the light? That's my philosophy. At least that's true. That's a good philosophy to have. That's a good way to put it. I guess I'm just so, like, I don't know, I feel like modern media is very focused on, like, nothing can ever end badly. Everything must have some sort of happy ending in one way or another. I guess maybe my mind has just kind of been programmed to be like that. Maybe. A lot of German fairy tales are just the children did not listen to their parents, so then they die at the end. That's true. A lot of the, like, fairy tales that we know today actually do not end in the way that they end. They end in a very bad way, but, like, because they're told to children, they can't change things around to not end that way and scare children. Like, I'm pretty sure Hansel and Gretel ends up with them literally just being eaten by the witch or whatever. And I think Little Red Riding Hood ends similarly. If I'm remembering correctly. The original version. I can definitely appreciate a sad ending depending on the circumstances. Also fair. I'm trying to think of any, like, show or book that I have watched or read that just had, like, a straight up, like, sad ending, like, no good resolution type ending. Can't really think of one. One example I give is Omori. I haven't finished Omori yet! I haven't finished it yet! I'm somewhere in the middle of it. I haven't picked it up in a very long time, but I haven't finished it yet. I do love what I've played of it so far, though. I think it is a very good game. I like it a lot. No spoilers, please. It took me a long time to play Omori when it came out. I don't really know why, honestly. But so you did because you had Basil on your wish list? No, I think Basil's character design is my favorite from that game. Even though I haven't finished it, I really like his character design. It's probably my favorite out of the whole game. I really like the color of Basil's hair and the flowers and such. So I think that's why I put that there. I started playing it a long time ago. Actually, it was one of the first games I ever streamed. But I never finished it. And I don't know, I just kind of haven't like picked it back up. I will finish it someday, eventually. There's a few I read in last year, but I'm not sure if I should say which since that might spoil things. That's fair. That's fair. I will be honest with you and tell you that I have not like sat down and read a book probably since college. A long time ago. But if you did want to talk about them, I don't have a book channel in the Discord though, do I? I have TV and movies channel. I don't have a book channel. You could always talk about them in the Discord if you spoiler them, just in case. Just in case. I'm an Aubrey enjoyer, but you'll learn one day. Soon, hopefully. I really should pick it back up. Another good piece of media with a sad, bittersweet ending is Madoka is it Magica? Is that how it's pronounced? I will be honest. I have not seen that series, nor have I read the series. I have watched... I hope someone here knows what the fuck I'm talking about, because otherwise I'm just gonna sound crazy. There is a video on YouTube that is like a summary of, I think, the entire series, but it's like written really, really badly in like the form of 2chan posts. I really hope someone knows what the fuck I'm talking about, because it's so fucking funny. Maybe we'll have to watch it sometime, but I also don't want to like just be like broadcasting Madoka spoilers. It's funny though, and it's like voiced and everything. Madoka is suffering. Okay, good. I'm glad you know what I'm talking about, Epics. Being Madoka is suffering. I love that video. I watched it once, just kind of like surfing through YouTube, having like not really know what it is. Hello, Frog Spray! Thank you so much for the follow! Thank you, thank you! I love your username, it's adorable. Welcome on in! Yippee! Yippee! If there's a book channel, I would go on a long rant about Brandon Sanderson's Cosmere books. Maybe I should make a book channel. I wouldn't be able to speak in it much, because it's been a long time since I read a book. But I do have books that I have read in the past that I enjoyed a lot, so... maybe I would be able to talk about some books. I'm a Madoka Magica fan, that's like our national anthem. Now I'm just gonna be saying that all night. I'm gonna annoy the hell out of Thad with it. Being Madoka is suffering. Reibu! I'd recommend it though, even though you saw those videos. It's 13 episodes, so you can finish. Oh, is it really that short? I don't know why I had the idea in my head that it was like a super duper long, like multi-series anime. But if it's that short, hell yeah, I'll definitely watch it. New anime to watch, yippee. There are 3 topics I could talk about for hours on end. Brandon Sanderson's Cosmere Coding Cameras, Amory Wars, Vax's stories of Kingdom Hearts lore. That's so many words. I don't know if I could talk about Kingdom Hearts lore for so very long. I'm gonna be honest, I love that series. We all know I love me, the Kingdom Hearts, but good lord, the lore is so overly convoluted. But I could definitely talk about Kingdom Hearts for a good while. Yum. Cold water. I drink way more water when I'm sitting at my desk than literally any other time. I don't know what it is about sitting at my desk, but if I'm sitting on my desk, you better believe I'm just drinking all the water. Especially when I'm streaming. Maybe it's just because sometimes my throat is like, hey, you're saying so many words. You gotta drink something. That's probably what it is. Ba-da, ba-da. Now I'm just making noises. Beagle Bagooka is suffering. I told you. I told you you're gonna be saying it all freaking night. Ow! I was looking through the items folder in VTube Studio to see if I had any fun items I could put on the Maki. Like this, right? Egg. I do love egg. Egg is probably my favorite breakfast food. Egg and cheese. For sure. Cheesy eggs is the bestest. The knife? Ooh, I could put the knife in here. I haven't put it into VTube Studio yet. I would have to restart VTube Studio to do that. I know it's probably some technical limitation, but like you can't put you can't put items in VTube Studio like while VTube Studio is open. You have to refresh it for it to take effect. Can you put a turkey, sausage, egg, and cheese sandwich? I could if I had a picture of one. How many items do you think we could put on the Maki before VTube Studio explodes? I don't actually want to find that out. I don't want my computer to explode. But it'd be funny. Also like this guy. I guess flashing colors warning. My bad. He on the egg. Oh no, when he turns green, it's the same color as my green screen, so you can see my background through him. That's funny. Now we jamming. He's just vibing. Sorry, egg. Sorry, rainbow dance guy. They have so many cool like assets that came with VTube Studio. Gay egg. Let's see what else. What else we got in here? Oh. Hang on. Yeah. What if? Oh no, they're not gonna be big enough, are they? Maybe. What if Maki real cat ears? Hang on, can I put in another one and flip it? Or can I like duplicate this one? Where is it? Where is it? Yeah. Oh, no, don't pick up the whole Maki, just the ear, please. Do they kind of move when I blink? This is weird. This looks weird. This looks strange. It's interesting for sure. They also kind of overlap my hairpins, which doesn't really work. Yeah, it does look weird, doesn't it? I know you can change the color of these things. Maki Yoshi is my new invention, the anti-procrastinator. I don't like it. It's cute, but I don't like it. I feel that. I feel that. I kind of want to change the color of it to match my hair, but that would take me a moment. Boop. Boop. Well, now we know what Maki would look like with real ears. Or real... Oh no, I got small again. Hang on. Let me make the Maki bigger. Give them to me. I'll eat them. We gotta eat my ears? Sounds like it might be painful. Please don't eat the ears. Don't do it. Only a fake one. Deal. Deal. There's also bunny rabbit ears. There's a tail. Kinda need your actual ones. Yes. Yes, I would like to be able to hear, please. Oh, there's this. This is a good one. Oh no, wait. I can't center it perfectly. Hang on. Hang on. There. That's pretty good. Takes away your audio drive. Oh no! It doesn't stay in one place. Well, it does stay in one place. I guess that's the problem. That's not how noses work. I can only face forward. That's kind of cute. It also looks strange, though. Sometimes I'll come into VTube Studio to, like, take a screenshot for something. Like a post I'm making or something. And I'll just get distracted with all the, like, silly stuff you can do. I definitely have just sat here in VTube Studio, just, like, messing with items and, like, colors and stuff. It gets very distracting sometimes. My ADHD ass is gonna do that so much when I get a model. I know when I first got my model all set up in here, I definitely every now and then would just kind of like go in here and just look at it. Like just mess with it, just move around and stuff. Those were the days. I'll probably do that if I ever get a new model too, like a 2.0 or a 1.5. I don't know what I'd do if I ended up doing like a 1.5. Which would be like, not a whole new model, but basically just something different on my current model. Hi, Bella! Hello, hello! She just like me, for real, for real. It's fun, isn't it? It's fun to just go into VTube Studio and just stare at yourself. Just be like, wait, can I remember the button? Is it this one? Nope. Is it this one? It is! I got it right. Second try. If I ever decided to actually start streaming more, I'd maybe get a model. I recommend it. I don't know, I feel like I definitely, like, even people who typically use face cam, I feel like you should try VTubing sometime, because it's just a lot of fun. You get, like, a lot of customization, and you get to work with artists, and, like, that's super fun, and you get to create something really cool. I don't know. I think everyone should try it, even if you use like a pre-made model or anything like that. It's still tons of fun. I stream a lot. Issues, I have no job. I'm in the weird phase of Twitch where I'm too small to get on Discovery stuff, but too big to get like massive support. In the weird in-between, my PC would probably just explode. I did have to upgrade mine a little tiny bit when I first got my model. I think I had to get more RAM. I don't remember. I feel like maybe I had to do something else too. I don't remember what it was, but I'm glad that my current PC can handle it pretty well. How's the Yap Hours going? I've been lurking and just vibing. It's been going pretty well. We talked about all kinds of everything. I hope you've been having a good evening so far. Vibing. Good news is I already know my PC can handle it. Very true. There's that weird tiny Kappa again. Why is it so small? God, it's a mind reading. I've always said that if I had a superpower, that's what I would want it to be. Mind reading. It's so much information. But then I know I'd slip up and like accidentally say something that I learned from reading someone's mind that they didn't like offer up as information, and they'd be like, "You may read in my mind again, huh?" Might be able to handle it. I want to get a new PC first. It's a good idea if you ever get into a spot where you can. Do you really want to know what everyone thinks though? I think if I did have the ability, I don't think I'd want like, I don't want it to be like just constantly on at all times, you know? I don't want it like everybody's thoughts to just always be running through my mind forever. I think I could like maybe turn it on when I wanted to. I don't know. You probably learned some things that you didn't want to learn. My anxiety would cripple me knowing I could know what people are thinking about. Yeah. That's fair. Telepathy does not sound like a fun superpower. Did you build your PC or get it pre-built? I built my PC. Actually, I technically did not build my PC, Fat did, but it was built. It was put together from parts. I already over-worry that people are thinking bad about me. If I had the ability to confirm or deny it, it would be frightening. Also true. I feel like I have pretty thick skin for the most part. Like, if someone says like if I post something online, if I make a post or like post a clip or something like that and someone says like something mean, I'm usually just like, okay. Anyway. So, I don't know. Maybe I'd be able to handle it, but maybe I'd do it a couple times and then I'd be like, never mind. Never mind. I'd rather be a shapeshifter, that way I can shapeshift into my VTuber model. That would be cool. You could also use that for being other people. You could sneak into places that you weren't supposed to be. That would be fun. Hello, Angelichu. Hello. Thank you so much. Welcome on in. Hi. Welcome. Or just yapping about stuff. I literally don't care at all about what people I don't know think about me. Exactly. Yeah, no, that's exactly my feelings. I could really, literally care less about what some rando on the internet says or some person that I saw out doing whatever. I do not care. One bit. I would love the ability to shapeshift. I use it to just try out new hairstyles before committing to them. I've always wondered actually, if you did have the ability to shapeshift, would your hair be included in that? Like, could you just use that ability to basically just like grow and shorten your hair at will? I don't know how, like, what the logistics of shapeshifting is. I don't know if anybody really knows what the logistics of shapeshifting is, since it's unfortunately not a thing. Shirley, you think so? If I could shapeshift, I'd be the hottest woman alive. Shapeshifting is typically portrayed as including hair. Interesting. I guess I just wondered because, like, so shapeshifting, right? I guess I'm thinking, I'm kind of thinking more along the lines of Mr. Fantastic. I know he doesn't. Is Mr. Fantastic considered a shapeshifter? I don't know. Probably not, because he can't, like, turn into anything else. He doesn't shapeshift? Okay. So maybe I'm thinking, because I was thinking, like, it's more like a body deformity. He's just a stretchy boy. A stretch boy. I guess I was thinking more along the lines of what Mr. Fantastic does, and I was like, okay, he can take any part of his body that already exists and put it into any shape, but like he can't like make hair that doesn't exist, right? But he can take his already existing hair, I guess, and stretch it? I don't know the logistics. He shifts his shape but doesn't shape shift. Ah, yeah, okay, I see what you're saying. I getcha. That makes sense. Logic for things that don't actually exist in real life is hard. Logic for things that do exist in real life is also hard. So times that by like 10 for things that don't actually exist. Shift shaper. Oh no, did I say shift shaper? I wouldn't put it past me. Shift shape. Ship shape. Shift. Ship. That's just what he is. Say that 5 times fast. Shift shaper, shift shaper, shift shaper, shift shaper, shift shaper, shift shaper. Yeah, it probably sounds like I'm saying what that just said. I'll be shitting shapes in no time. That sounds like it would be painful. Like if the shape was a triangle, that would hurt. Or a star. Or like I don't know, an octagon. Concern. Like a wombat? Yeah, I forgot that. They do poop cubes. That is indeed true about wombats. Why? Why is that a thing? My answer to the superpower question always comes with a caveat. I want telekinesis, but it has to be strong enough for me to lift myself and make myself fly. I remember having this conversation before. It would, I don't know how that would work. I suppose that's probably like how most superheroes fly, right? I guess? Just using telekinesis like that? Maybe. I don't know. Do we need to have a talk about good fiber consumption habits? Maybe? I probably don't get enough fiber, honestly. There's this kind of Cheerios that I really like that are, what are they? They're like cinnamon oat Cheerios. That's probably the only thing I eat that is like a substantial source of fiber. And vegetables sometimes. I know like certain vegetables have a lot of fiber in them. Very few superheroes fly with telekinesis. Jean Grey is the biggest example of telekinetic flight that I can think of. I feel like Jean Grey and there's another superhero, or there's another chick's name that gets talked about a lot that might possibly be coming out in Marvel Rivals that people talk about a lot, and I can never remember who either of them are. I eat what I eat and what it contains. I eat oranges and pizza and I'm happy. Fair enough. Fair enough. Emma Frost, yeah. Jean Grey's not Wolverine's girlfriend or whatever, is she? Or is that someone else? Is that a different person? I don't know. I've learned so much about Marvel in recent times. Wolverine's in love with Jean Grey. Got it. Got it. She's with Cyclops. A love triangle. Gasp. Scandalous. How could they? Love triangle in my comics is more likely than you think. I love silly ad speak like that. Silly old internet ad speak. I promise I didn't get really surprised at something. I was just taking a drink of my water. It does that. Maki karaoke stream. You just witnessed it, the very first one, and now it's over. I would need a lot of practice if I was gonna do an actual karaoke stream. It would take a lot of practice. I'm very out of practice with singing. I used to do it a lot. Not so much anymore. Emma Frost will be an interesting addition to the Rivals characters, which should be Strategist or Vanguard. Those are two very different things. Is she that versatile? That seems interesting. I don't know if I could think of any strategists that I think could be Vanguards or vice versa. Maki karaoke stream when I want to someday. I really gotta get back into practice with my voice. I'm afraid that if I do one like right now, I would like blow out my voice and it would be bad. Cause I haven't like sung properly in a while. And I would also just need to like practice the songs that I want to sing to make sure that I know the lyrics and everything by heart. She's... Okay, I read the word Omega as orange for some reason. I don't know why. Maybe it's because Thad's name is Orange. So I read she's an orange level telepath, and I was like, what the fuck does that mean? Orange level telepath. Is it like when you're telepathic, do you get like belts like in karate, different colored belts? So you could be like, I'm a black belt in karate. Then you could be like, I'm an orange level in telepathy. Don't give it. I was just surmising. I didn't actually think that. Or did I? You'll never know. I don't know, something about the no, Maki, they don't with that emote is really funny to me. Very fitting for pretty much anything I could ever say. If anything, they get varying levels of hair loss. Wait, why? Why does telepathy make your hair fall out? This is new information to me. Wait, that emote is called Failfish? Why did I think it was called something else? Interesting. She's got a wig, bet you big monies. I'd also, if I wanted to do karaoke stream, I'd have to figure out delay and stuff, because I think there is like just naturally a little bit of delay between like sound on stream and sound from your microphone. So I'd have to mess with that. I also don't know, can you just like, you know those karaoke videos on YouTube that like, there's a lot of channels that just are dedicated to making like karaoke versions of different tracks? Do people just use those? Like, can you just use those on stream? I would have to do some research. Is this the button I want? Not that button. This button! No, hello? Please work. This button! There we go. The brain is braining. I really should memorize my buttons for things, toggles and whatnot. Because then I end up doing this when I meant to do this. I won't do English homework. I'm watching an VTuber. Oh no! I'm not sure if I'm not sure if I'd be a very good English teacher, but you should still do your best anyway. Honestly, watching streamers in a different language that you're trying to learn wouldn't be a bad way to learn. You'd learn lots of slang, I'm sure. Lots of like modern ways of speaking. Learning languages is hard. Yes, I too can barely speak English. You'd think, after so many years of it being my first language, you'd think I'd be good at it. Sometimes I have to do a quick time event to make sure I don't say something wrong. I know that feeling for sure. What did I say? JP saying is ksa. I love ksa. It's JP saying for LOL, right? Cause www looks like ksa. Who really can actually speak English? Fair. Maybe like the people who invented English? I don't know. Who invented English? Who did that? Like Thank you, Gimme. Thank you for that information. John English. Gimme had my exact bloody thought. I don't know, we gotta find him and make him pay. The English, I mean, Probably, right? Ow, that scared me for some reason. Oh my goodness. I don't know why that sound scared me. I'm not very good at history, but it had to evolve from something, right? Probably it did evolve from Latin and other like loan languages and such. I think there's probably some French and German aspects in there too, maybe. I'm not really sure. I took a linguistics class in college and I can't remember. Germanic language, then French influences from the Norman conquest of Britain, and then Latin, Greek, etc. The actual answer is it's an amalgamation of old languages. Language is, yes, indeed, language is wild. What Thad said. We just smash a bunch of random sounds together and say, this combination of sounds means this thing. And everyone's just like, yeah, okay. Throw some Anglo-Saxon in there too. We got a whole melting pot of all kinds of different stuff. I'm making my old language and calling it Nepalese. I mean, you could. And it would evolve over time, and it would have, like, influences from other languages, probably English, and I don't know, anything else you wanted to throw in there. Isn't there a character in some video game that speaks like that? Or something? I can't remember the video game, but she's got, like, purple hair. Yeah! Yeah. Nep. Nep. Remember when they tried to make Esperanto the universal human language? Wait, really? Where do they speak Esperanto? Is there a country called Esperant? Nowhere? That's fair enough. Why were they trying to make it the universal language? Whose idea was that? I based a lot of my design off of Neptune. Oh, really? That's awesome. Nep. Oh boy, I'm so excited. I'm so excited to figure out, to know who was trying to change the universal human language. And also what, I feel like I've heard the word Esperanto before, but I don't know. Couldn't tell you any words in that language. L.L. Zamenhof in 1887. Huh. Bro just came up in here and was like, listen, you know English? Well, forget about it. Because now we speak Esperanto. I don't know what it is or where it's from, but we speak it now, alright? And then they probably threw rocks at him or something. And said, boo. I thought we all started speaking like Animal Crossing villagers. You mean spelling out the letters in every single word, but just really quickly and in like a high-pitched tone of voice? I think Voice Mod has a voice mod that is, they call it Animalese. It's supposed to sound like Animal Crossing language. I was wrong. There's a country with Esperanto as an official language, and it's called, Neutral Morsenet? Huh? Where is Neutral Morsenet? Like, location-wise, what is it near? That sounds like an internet thing. It doesn't sound like a real place. Just reading off of what Wikipedia tells me. Neutral Morsenet. Net neutrality, I don't know. Just saying words that sound like other words. That's how Maki's mind works. Was a small Belgian-Prussian condominium in Western Europe that existed from 1816 to 1921. Condominium? Like Like a condo? Like we know it today? Or is there another way that you can use that word to mean something else? It's just some guy in a house that speaks this language that he made up. Forgot to eat and it's 10:30. Bella! Stop that! Eat some food! I'll look while I go get some food. Okie dokie. Sounds good. Nourishment. Condominium is, in international law, is a territory such as a border area or state in or over which multiple sovereign powers formally agree to share equal dominion. So many big words. In the sense of sovereignty and exercise their rights. So it's like being sovereign citizens, but like many different kinds. I think is what I gathered from that. I don't know. They adopted the language officially in 1908, so they had about 3 years of Esperanto time before dissolving. Wild. Good night or good morning. It is 9:30 p.m. So I guess technically it would be good night here. It was an accident. That's fair. Gotta get that nourishment though. Gotta eat the good food. I had I had a bagel for breakfast and some yogurt, and then for dinner lunch I had these things. I always forget what the brand is called, but they're these little microwave meals that are so good. I had like a cheddar cheese broccoli one. But they also make pesto noodles. AMEs, yeah, that's what they're called. They also make pesto, and they have this like Mexican bake one. They make really good mac and cheese ones. It's like white cheddar mac and cheese. I love them. I love them. They're one of my favorite things to eat, like really quick meals. I had that and a little like tiny bag of Doritos that I had left over from when we made walking tacos. 'Twas delicious. Very good. Trying to think what else they make. They make lots of like gluten-free type food. So I suppose it is celiac friendly. Oh no, I'm going to sneeze. Oh no. I think I muted that time. Thank you. Oh goodness. Bah. Anyway, let's see. Nothing else happened today. It was a boring day. I wasn't super busy at work. So I had a lot of downtime, but I was also just kind of like hanging out for most of that time. Mood, TBH. Yeah, a lot of hanging out was done today. Watched a lot of YouTube, but that's like every day. Ooh, we got to open up the windows today because it got to be like 70 degrees outside. Maybe a little warmer than that even. But it's that time of year where I live where, so quite literally one day here it was like 80 degrees and we had the windows open. We actually had to close the windows because it got like too hot outside and then we needed the air conditioning. So it was really like warm and nice outside and we were talking about maybe like grilling out. And then like 2 days later, it snowed. Living in the Midwest is a wild experience sometimes. But I have lived here my whole life, so I'm used to it at this point. I used to have a lot of friends in Europe who I would like say that to, and they did not believe me. They were like, no way, like that doesn't happen, that's impossible. And I'm like, oh, trust me, it's possible. Was it Friday and Sunday? Yeah, 80 degrees on Friday and it snowed on friggin' Sunday. And then, so also the thing about that, it snowed like all Sunday morning throughout like the early afternoon. By like probably 6 or 7 o'clock, it was all gone and it all melted. It was all completely gone, like it had never even happened. Midwest do be Midwestin', it's true. Very true. I like when it's steady, like 65, 75 all day. That's a good, like, medium. 80 degrees starts to get, like, a little too hot, especially if you want to, like, have the windows open in your house and there's, like, no wind. It gets a little too hot to start doing that at 80 degrees. I'm a Jersey queen. I haven't been up in that area of the US too very often. I've been there maybe once or twice. But I think the weather in that area is kind of similar to the Midwest. I mean, it like snows in the winter and it's maybe a little bit cooler in the summer than it is in the Midwest. It wasn't even gone and like the ground is wet from the snowmelt. It was just gone. Yeah. It was like it had never even snowed. 75, 80, that's fair. I don't know, I like jacket weather. I like slightly cool weather, I suppose. I don't mind wearing jacket. I don't like when I have to like break out the winter coat. That's where I'm like, this is too cold. But that's also good weather for just like hanging out inside all snuggled up in a blanket with some soup or something. Or a grilled cheese. I don't know. Something warm. Coffee. I feel like most people are of the opinion that like they don't like cold and they would prefer to be like warm over cold, but like I always pull out the like if you're too cold you can put on as many layers as you want argument, but like if you're too hot there comes a point where you cannot remove any more layers and you're just still hot. Unless you want to go as far as to remove your skin. Please don't remove your skin. Don't do that. Most everyone I talk to about it says they prefer the cold of winter to the heat of summer for that exact reason. Yeah. That's what I've always said anyway. I'm not a fan of like freezing temperatures, like negative temperatures or like 1-digit temperatures. I don't like that stuff either. Unless I can be cozy and warm inside. But like, I don't know, summer is just kind of miserable to me. Maybe it's because I've lived here my whole life. But I'm not a fan of humidity, I guess, is more the issue. When it's like hot out and there's not humidity, it's not too bad, I guess. But it can get real bad. I go out in 1-degree weather with shorts and Crocs. Showing off. I like cold. I like cold too. Cold is better than hot, in my opinion. But I think I just, like, out of all of them, I prefer mild. Tepid. Tepid is, like, on the warm side, I think, maybe. But also, doing something like eating ice cream when it's really cold sucks. Sometimes I'll eat ice cream, like, in the wintertime and our house is, like, super cold. And I have to be, like, under a blanket. But I guess it probably also goes the other way around. Like, most people don't want to eat, like, hot soup in the summertime. Or, like, I don't know. Just other hot foods in general. But I guess, like, hamburgers is, like, a popular thing to, like, grill out during the summer. Which are a hot food. So I don't know. Maybe it doesn't work the same way with the heat. Seasonal foods don't exist. I agree. I will drink pumpkin spice all the time, forever. I love pumpkin flavored stuff. That might make me basic. I don't even care. I love pumpkin. It's so good. Pumpkin spice, I guess. I do like pumpkin too, but like pumpkin spice stuff, it's a-okay in my book. If I want soup, I want soup regardless of the outside temperature. I think that, like, seasonal foods do exist, but I also don't believe in, like, only eating them during their season, you know? Like, I don't know, I think that, like, tomato soup and grilled cheese is kind of a seasonal thing. It's, like, a winter thing. But, like, I'll eat it whenever. I'm not gonna restrict myself to that deliciousness only in the wintertime. Yeah, I would eat pumpkin pie year-round, too. Pumpkin pie is delicious. Pumpkin pie, pumpkin spice latte, pumpkin bread. Dude, pumpkin bread loaf with like some butter on it and like warmed up just the slightest bit. I love it. I love it. Sometimes it'll be summer, like, I want chili, and some of my coworkers are like, bro, it's summer, you can't have chili. And I'm like, fucking watch me. Yeah, I never was like, I don't know. My parents were never the kind to be like, nah, we can't have that, it's winter. Or, no, we can't have that, it's summer. So, I never really grew up, like, being restricted like that. Food vendor at my soon-to-be old building refused to serve chili or soup until winter for some stupid reason. I'm sure they could still make money off of it. But then again, I don't know. Maybe there are more people out there that are of the idea that like you can't eat chili and soup in the summer. I don't know. Maybe more people think that way than I had originally thought. I'm an any kind of food, anytime kind of person. That's why it's closing. They didn't sell enough chili. You know what is the best chili? I've always really liked Wendy's chili. I don't get it often enough. Because I also really like their fries. So like usually if I get Wendy's, I get fries. But Wendy's chili is really good. I'll like it. Now I want Wendy's. This always happens. I start talking about food and then I want food. Ugh. Why does hunger have to exist? Why can't I be like the crystal gems from Steven Universe who can eat food, but they don't really need to eat food, but they can enjoy it. They just don't have like a hunger system. That's not a real thing. A hunger system? You know what I mean though. Wendy's. Good old Wendy's. I think I still have that meme saved. Because I showed it on stream once. I wish the same, but for sleep, I feel that. There are definitely some days where I'm like, I want to stay up, I got so much stuff to do, or like, I just don't feel like sleeping. But there are also some days where I'm like, I need to go to bed now. I was asleep for 5 years! My hunger system is acting up, I must consume. That sounds very ominous. I just opened up my pictures folder. I'm just greeted by Mr. Tato that we were talking about that one time and clicked the mouse. And a picture I had to show last stream to illustrate to you all how I usually sit in my computer chair because I couldn't put it into words. I would probably still sleep like all the time, but then I wouldn't be as miserable when I only get like 5 hours. I guess I don't really like wake up as early as most people probably do to go to work and stuff. Because I don't typically start work. On Mondays it's different, but the rest of the week I don't start work until 11 a.m. So I usually wake up around 9, sometimes earlier if I just like really can't sleep. TP, okay, you can, yeah, 大丈夫です。大丈夫です。I guess that's I guess I'm lucky in that regard, but that also means that I have to work until 7 p.m., which I'm not very fond of. I wish I got off work earlier, but I guess that would mean I would have to start work earlier. Consumerism. That's not at all the word that I want. Capitalism, there you go, not consumerism. That's something completely different. 英語は難しいね。難しいですね。日本語も難しいだけど。English is hard, but also あ、英語じゃなくて、何？間違えた？ごめんね。English is hard, but Japanese is also hard. She froze. There she goes. She froze again. Hi, Drink. Welcome back. I'm glad you made it home safe. Welcome on back. It's a cute emote. Oh, she's got little knives. She's running with the knives. Got a big piece of cake. Ooh, what kind of cake? What kind of cake you got? そうだね。確かにね。Oh boy. Oh boy. We're sandstorming. Hell yeah. That's a good one. Got leftover cake from my cousin's baby shower on Sunday. Ooh. I saw Thad showed me these things that were like, what were they? They were like ice cream bars that were flavored like different like Little Debbie things. I want to try them so bad. Hey, Dynamic Neglect, hello, hello, welcome on in. Hope you're having a good evening so far. Chocolate and vanilla with buttercream icing. Ooh, yummy. Yeah, Little Debbie ice cream bars. They had a birthday cake flavored one because Little Debbie has these little like birthday cakes. Yeah, very good. Is that an actual Slayer song? Also, I didn't read that out loud initially because I was like, she'll hear me. But then I remembered that I don't have an iPhone and nothing here would respond to me saying Siri. Sometimes I get the names mixed up. Oh, Raining Blood. Yes, I do know that song. I don't know why I thought that Raining Babies would be a real song. That would certainly be an interesting song. I think my air just kicked on. Is it still warm outside? Let me see. What's the temperature like? What's the temperature like? 67? That's not bad. That's a very decent temperature. I wouldn't have been surprised if it was real either. Yeah, I think that's why I had to ask, because I was like, I don't think it's a real song, but like I wouldn't put it past Slayer, you know? I wouldn't put it past them. Good old Slayer. I don't think I've really listened to much Slayer outside of like their more well-known songs. But I could see that being a thing. Great weather for those who get around by electric scooter. It's me, I get around by electric scooter. Hell yeah. Does it have flames on the side? Does it have the flame decals so you could go real fast? That's what makes it go fast, right? I wish. You could be speeding around at the speed of sound. It could be Sonic. That'd be fun. Apply that Warhammer 40k org logic. Scooting around at the speed of sound. Red equals faster. I guess, like, I don't know, I feel like that logic, I mean, I know it doesn't actually apply in real life, but I feel like if you show me a picture of a red car and a blue car, like, subconsciously, I probably look at the red car and just go, that one goes so fucking fast. That was way faster than the blue car, even though there's literally no logic at all behind that. I can see it. I can see it for sure. Blue equals slow. Red equals fast. That's like that like research that says that different colored, well, I guess just like different colors in general make people like hungry or like feel different emotions, and that's why like restaurants tend to paint their walls a certain color. I think it's blue maybe that like people say makes you hungry. I don't know. I love that the orcs just like work on belief, and I love it. They think red makes a car go faster? It sure does. They think a piece of junk is a gun. It is now, buddy. That sounds awesome. I know literally nothing about Warhammer 40k, but that sounds amazing. Warhammer 40 cart? You're making me think of Mortal Kombat cart. I think that's what it's called. I don't know that. Surely that wasn't a game by itself, right? Surely that was like a mode on one of the actual Mortal Kombat games. I think it was on the one I had on the PS2. I can't remember which one that was. That was a silly game. Their power is manifesting. That'd be cool. Motor combat, is that what it was? That's even sillier. Motor combat. I don't know a lot about Warhammer, but my husband likes it, so I get to hear bits and pieces. The work sounds so fun. Armageddon, that was the one. Yes, I remember now. That was the one I had on PS2. It was a good Mortal Kombat. I haven't played a lot of Mortal Kombat since then. I own 11, I think, but I haven't played it a whole lot anyway. I should play it. I like Mortal Kombat. I also like Street Fighter. I got real into Street Fighter 5 for a while. I haven't played it in a long time now, but I used to be super into Street Fighter 5. I've only played Mortal Kombat Deception from the PS2 era games. It was very silly. Shujinko is the stupidest man alive. Is that the drunk guy? I don't know what his name is, but one of them, or probably multiple of them, I think it's Mortal Kombat. They have a character whose like whole thing is just that he's drunk and he like throws up on people. I'm actually playing Mortal Kombat 1 right now. New season of it starting today, and I'm being a boring man by putting all my level up points into strength on Baraka. Oh, Baraka! I remember Baraka. Need them to bring back Bloody Roar? I don't know if I know what that is. Also, in terms of abbreviating Mortal Kombat to MK, I might have told this story before, but when I used to work at GameStop, there used to be this Nintendo DS bundle that we would get in a lot that was, it was a DS, and it came bundled with whatever Mario Kart game was on the DS at the time, and the like sticker on the box that I had to scan abbreviated Mario Kart to MK, so it was like, Nintendo DS, MK7, and I was like, when the hell did they make a Mortal Kombat for the Nintendo DS? I don't remember this. I always had to remind myself it was Mario Kart. Shujinko is the campaign's main character. The story follows his life from early training to his old age. I see. Bloody Roar is basically a fighting game, but with Animorphs. Yo, that sounds sick. That sounds awesome. I've never heard of that. That sounds really cool. Man, Animorphs. Listen. I know a lot of people liked the Animorphs series as kids. I never read them, so I can't really speak on like the quality of the series, but those book covers for Animorphs, oh my goodness, some of them are so silly. I remember like just looking at them as a kid in my school library and being like, well, that's a thing. Nothing cooler than in the middle of a fight just turning into a tiger and biting the other guy's face off. Hell yeah! Am I gonna have to play this game now too? I have a list now. I'm gonna have to go back and watch the VOD. But I have a list now of games that I need to play. Animorphs was my jam. I never read any of them. I don't know. I guess when I was younger, I was like, ew, that's a boy thing. This boy stuff. I don't know. Because, you know, that was ingrained in my head for some reason. I'm not like that now. I promise. Please play it. Does it have... Is it it doesn't have any recent versions? Or is it, like, on older systems? Like, do I need to get an emulator? I wish Bloody Roar had any titles. Okay, well, I guess that answers my question. I should have read this message first. Any titles on modern platforms, but whoever owned Hudson Soft properties hasn't ported them yet. Probably need an emulator. Ooh, I'll have to look into it. I'll have to find a good emulator. I want to turn into a tiger and bite some guy's face off. Oh, man. I like fighting games. I'm not very good at them. I don't know, button combinations I'm not good at them, but I do enjoy fighting games. Bloody Roar 2 is on PS1, most of them are on 6th gen consoles. I wonder if they'd ever, like, what's the word? Like remaster, that's the word. I was gonna say restore, that's not right. Remaster them and put them on like PlayStation 5 or something like that. As a treat, you know? It's not super complex with button combinations, I think. At least not the one I played. Ooh, perfect. Perfect. Hang on. I want to look this up. I'm really curious now. Whoops, that doesn't need to be there. Oh, dude, hell yeah. It's got that, like, anime fighting game style, too. Oh, bro. Sick. This is a picture of, like, a lizard and... Is that, like, a scarab beetle? That's wild. I think I have to play these games now. Just based off of that alone. Street Fighter 6 has modern mode controls, but they feel so weird to me. Most characters have target combos that aren't too execution intensive. Like Terry, who has medium punch, heavy punch, decent damage, causes knockdown. Stun insect. Yeah, that's what it says. I thought stun was like the name of a move that was used or something, but yeah, no, that's his name. Interesting. Played whatever one was on GameCube. I don't know which one it was. It's so cool. I mean, I kind of dig the lizard guy. His name is Busuzima, I think. It's pretty cool looking. Now I'm just sitting here looking through all the pictures. There's a rabbit. Pink rabbit? Hell yeah. I'm totally gonna be Pink Rabbit main. I don't know her name. Oh, he's a chameleon and an asshat. Oh no. He's also a chimera and a penguin phoenix? Yo, like the penguin and the phoenix is the same character, you mean? Or like two different characters? Penguin phoenix, can you imagine? Every time they like, don't phoenixes like catch on fire or whatever? Or like fire is like their thing and just melt all the ice? Nedry from Jurassic Park. Boost, I have a confession to make. I've never seen Jurassic Park. As with most movies. Don't make me tap the sign. I'm just gonna put that picture I showed earlier about not seeing any movie ever, like, up in the corner of all my streams. Just be like, don't make me tap the sign. His regular transform is a penguin, and his, like, super-powered up form is a phoenix. Ooh. Penguin phoenix. That's a very unique idea. I dig it. I like it a lot. I don't think I'd ever, like, think of a penguin phoenix being a thing. 'Cause of the flames and whatnot. Need another drink. Imagine a penguin bursting into flames as it dies and then a baby penguin being there. I'm assuming that, like, phoenixes are the same... How do I word this? It's like the same mind and, like, being as it was before it transformed or, like, died and came back to life. It's not like a Hulk situation where, like, technically the Hulk is a whole completely different being than Bruce Banner. Or so I think I understand. I like the half-beast. She only turns halfway into a cat. But which half? I don't know Phoenix lore. I don't know how Phoenixes work, but I'd assume that's how they work. Big stretch. Big cat stretch. Believe it's the same being? Cool. Cool. You guys ever see a dog do... I call it the cat stretch because I've literally, up until recently, only ever seen cats do it. But, like, where they stretch and they're, like, arching their back, you know? Mostly I see when dogs stretch, they, like, kind of stick their butt up in the air and then they kind of, like, stretch their back legs out after that. Our dog does the cat stretch. She's half German Shepherd, half Husky, so she's big. And she stretches like a cat does with her back arched up in the air. I've never seen a dog do that before. She's a silly puppy. I love her. She's great. I love both our pups. Have I ever showed a picture of my puppies on stream? I think maybe once I showed one of my pups. Do I have any pictures of both of them on my computer right now? I have a picture of one of them as a little baby. I have any current pictures of them? I don't think I do. Oh no! How could this be? Hang on. I got this. I gotta show you a picture of the puppies. Alright, here's a good one. Putting pictures on OBS is such a process. Where are they? Where'd they go? Here they are. Oh, that's a big picture. It took up the whole screen. Oh god! Why is this so big? There. There we go. There they are. The one on the right of the picture is the Husky German Shepherd that I was talking about. That does the cat stretch. Doll puppies! They're so cute! It is actually very rare that they cuddle together like this. The one on the left, Kiba, he really likes to cuddle and tries to cuddle with Suki on the right all the time. But she's just, I don't know, she's just not very fond of cuddling, I guess. Most of the time she'll get up and leave if he tries to do that, but they were both cuddling, so I had to take a picture. It was very cute. I love the pups. Suki is very talkative because she's Husky German Shepherd. Both breeds, I believe, are just very noisy in general. Kiba is not so talkative, but I think he's learning to talk from Suki because every now and then he'll pull out like a weird like howl bark type thing, like kind of like she does. It's super cute. Boop, 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 boop. I'll leave it there. Anyway, let me see here. Yeah, it's getting a little late over in my neck of the woods. So, I think I am going to go ahead and end stream for tonight. It was a lot of fun. I had fun yapping. We don't do enough just chatting streams. We need to do more. I often find myself when I have like games planned for stream, I find myself like not quite wanting to like start the game because I'm having fun talking to you guys. We'll have to do this more often. ここに私がいるべきごめんね感じが弱いでもねバイバイバイバイジェリーチュー Thank you all for hanging out tonight. There might be a stream Friday. I'm not sure yet. It just kind of depends on what other plans I got going on for that evening. I'm not sure yet. So, yeah. Hope everyone has a lovely evening. And I will see you guys eventually. Thank you for the follow! Arigato! Thank you! Bye, guys!